What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mindtest Modding. Let's get started. So today is fairly simple. We will be learning how to assign craft recipes, and this is out of. Let me make sure I got this right. Chapter 3. We're scrolling down past our just registering basic nodes, actions and callbacks, and the next section is crafting. Some of you all have already explored this, and so this should be fairly simple for you. But for those of you who haven't, it's simple. Don't worry, okay? So you can read over this short section, which helps you kind of understand better the different ways in which you can craft. And you're probably familiar, at least from Minecraft, and probably also from Mindtest, that some recipes involve each of these different attributes. Some are simply shapes, so you know, like a pickaxe, or some are shapeless. I don't know which ones, but you can imagine throwing in a torch and a glass block, and it gives you a glow block in whatever configuration. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's right. Cooking, we've got a recipe, fuel, tool repair, and things like that. So these are the different categories, or types is what is the technical term for these various ways in which you can craft. So ultimately the idea is you put something into something, or in a craft box, craft grid, and something else comes out. You put it into a furnace, something else comes out. It changes that item. So it's just simply looking at some of these examples, it gives you a fairly good idea of what's going on. So here we have the shaped section, and this is a Mindtest method. So it's mindtest.register_craft, and then you assign your type right here. Now, there is a default type, and it seems like that might be shaped is the default type. I'm not sure, but safest thing is to actually define your type. But read through this section because it might tell you. At any rate, so here we have so our type of craft that we are registering, and then we have our output, what we want to the result to be, and then the recipe. And you can see here that we basically have 3 different slots, if you will, and then of course clearly we can see we have 3 different rows. But I do want to point out to you that we have 3 different columns: 1, 2, and 3. And so this is where that 3x3 grid comes in. You know, it's just the same thing. And they have assigned different values to each of the boxes. In this case, the first column needs to be filled, and then the bottom half of the second column. And that's just how that one works. Now this one, it looks like you don't have to do any. So there's a little bit of a simplification here, where you can just leave off the last row if it's all blank. But you know, just let's keep it simple and just assign a value to every single cell. From here on, it's pretty much the same thing: Mindtest_craft, type, output, and a recipe. Now cooking is different in the sense that it's not through your craft grid, but it's through a furnace or something. And so this is fairly self-explanatory. Of course, you have your output, and you have a recipe, and then your cook time. So I want to see in your assignment, I want to see 3 of these 3 different cook types in your mod. So of course, take a picture of it, and then take a picture of it actually working in your game. Thanks, guys.